this is
And
a
they had
rumor
to
that's
change their
hurt the
track and they
BJP
had to
once
do
in the
something.
past, Rajat Sethi, in 2015, when RSS chief Sarsang Chalak Mohan Bhagwat made a general comment on the philosophy of reservation, not linked to doing away with reservation in any actual context, and Lalu Yadav went to town with it. But that was very public, and that could be seen out in the open.
Exactly.
What Sheila Bhatt and several political observers seem to be suggesting is that a counter-subterranean narrative was built, saying that they'll snatch reservation, that this is what the RSS and the BJP have always wanted to do, which is why they want such a big mandate. The Prime Minister has been speaking about big decisions in the first 100 days. What we've seen from Banswara, do you think, is it very clearly an attempt to counter that mixed and false information the opposition was pointing and putting out, and do you think it's working? Rajat Sethi.
Rahul, there are 2-3 things that are happening. Just a couple of days back, I was on France 24, and the anchor, international anchor, asked me, is Prime Minister going to change the Constitution of India? So, this boogie of creating this fake narrative that reservation is going, Constitution is going, autocracy is coming to the country, those sentiments have been peddling in at a larger level, but also at the grassroots level, BJP's opponents in several constituencies. I know even in Vidarbha region, where there is substantial Dalit base, over there too, this sentiment was being...
no, but can I pause you to say that the opposition's tried to build these narratives like Chaukidar Chor Hai in the past as well? They never worked. If this constitution will be changed and reservation will be done away with, if this narrative is gaining ground, is it also because these sections of voters think maybe it's true that they're actually concerned?
Well, see, BJP has largely shed that tag that it's a Brahman Baniya party. It is no longer that. So I think it might gain traction to in the already existing pockets of the opposition, where they rile them up, where they gear them up, that there is a cause that you're fighting for. But beyond that, I don't see it has significant traction. However, there are two other things that are working. In the common parlance, we see that when a David-Goliath battle goes, and when the Goliath is saying that I'm going to win 400 seats, the sentiment of public tends to go somehow goes with the David. And I think over here, Congress was consistently playing that underdog and trying to get emotional sort of current, just trying to tickle with that. I'm not sure if they were gaining grounds, but somewhere at least what was happening was it was becoming a David in this battle. And Prime Minister therefore came out and started saying that, see, if these people come to power, you will have 5 prime ministers in 5 years. He's now trying to draw contrast that, see, where have I taken the country? Where will the Congress party will take the country? So he's bringing out the evil. The third thing also that is working is that when, complacency sets in, when you hit such tall targets, the support base of BJP, the core base of the BJP starts thinking that, yes, Prime Minister is anyway coming to power. Let me deal with my local person.
This is an important point. I want you to build on this, because several of our reporters who've been traveling
that's how it is
actually reported back to say that because several of these MPs have been repeated, some of them have been around for 10 years, while the BJP supporter thought well of the Prime Minister and his actions, he was angry and irritated with his local MP, saying this guy hasn't done work, इसको सबक सिखाना है. PM मोदी ठीक है, उनके तो 400 आ रहे, कुछ नहीं होता, 399 आ जाएंगे, इस वाले को हराना है. Do you think that's been a problem that's played out on the ground as well? Rajat?
So, see, in certain pockets, it started gaining ground, and this is where it was becoming localized. So, in geographies like in Maharashtra, election was very, very local in the first phase, not so much in Vidarbha, but just the sentiment. But Prime Minister, this is where his agility, his understanding of the pulse, which other political leaders do not have. He quickly understood that these 3-4 factors are actually gaining some traction, and I need to flip the agenda. And he has been doing that consistently, right from Banaswara to today. Every single pitch has
but how do you know it's working?
Because the ugly picture of Congress regime is going to be there.
But how do you know it's working? Because the BJP tried this in the Karnataka Assembly elections as well. It didn't work there. So it's not as if suddenly because there's a Hanuman pitch or there's a very strong divisive pitch that it always works. There have been instances where it hasn't worked. So how do we know at this moment, mid-campaign, whether it's working or not? Rajat.
It's just to, it's largely to first of all energize your base, clearly also you very well know that you lay a trap and Congress will merrily walk into that trap, and Congress has been merrily walking in. Otherwise, tell me what on earth, why on earth would Congress come out with a Muslim reservation issue, bringing them under the OBC? In Karnataka, Muslims were anyway voting for you. What do you stand to strategically gain by doing so, other than like polarizing the entire state of Karnataka? So you don't this is where Prime Minister succeeds, that every time, he is busy in re-strategizing, recalibrating everything, Congress comes out and falls in the ditch, which is being created by the BJP.
Sharad
So
Pradhan,
trust the
what's your
Congress to
reading?
mess it
Are
up
you
every
seeing, like Sheila and Rajat, a bit of a change in tonality on apki baar charso paar? Is the messaging now, according to you, different from what it was at the start of the campaign, Sharad?
Well, Rahul, I think apki baar charso paar was a miscalculation of Prime Minister Modi, because he thought that by building this facade, he'll be able to build a mahal, as somebody rightly said, to really make huge leaps in this election. But little did he realize that this would have another impact on the people. And the moment this message, I think the opposition took advantage of that and sent the message across among people that, look here, he wants this, because 400 was spelled out by a number of BJP leaders, and no top leader chose to condemn them or to
But
deny.
that's not correct. They pulled up Ananthek. They cancelled his ticket. So it's not as if Arun Govind is frankly a nobody. He's just a television star. He's been given this ticket. He counts for nothing in the BJP's ideological scheme of things. Jyoti Mirda used to be in the Congress. She's just come in. So it's not as if she's the ideological heavyweight. And then there is Lalit Singh, the Faizabad MP.
Giriraj Singh is a hardcore BJP man who's hailed by the party. Giriraj Singh. So I think that it was later in the day that Mr. Modi realized that this would be counterproductive, and this would impact. It had already started making waves among the Dalits, that it was not limited to just making India a Hindu Rashtra. So it was all against Muslims. It was also against Dalits. And obviously any opposition party would take advantage of that and go to town, spreading this word that this is what they want. And in the bargain, Modi has started now saying that the opposition wants to change the constitution. It sounds, I think even inside BJP, people, supporters of BJP, I find, have started questioning this. And they say that this is becoming too much. And the level to which the Prime Minister stooped down in Rajasthan at that Baswara, that was not expected of a Prime Minister, like somebody who's a Vishwaguru, who's rated as a Vishwaguru. And to come down to Mangal Sutra and then on lies.
No, but is this attack working? The Mangal Sutra attack, the inheritance tax attack, the wealth survey attack.
No, nobody
is this
for
working?
Instance, just as you are saying that no important leader of the BJP said that, Sam Petroda is no Congress leader. Sam Petroda saying anything on an inheritance should, now you have to have a balance. After all, the BJP took to coming down to divisive politics, and Mr. Modi taking the lead in that, and using a lot of lies. Nobody talked about Muslim reservation. Somebody just now said, nobody said. Nowhere in the manifesto has it been said that they would bring in Shariat. Now, coming to this level of lies is not expected of a ruling party like the BJP. And that too by the Prime Minister himself.
No, but at this moment, really, it's not about morality. It's about who wins, who loses. That's really what it's down to. Of course, we'd like it to be about morality, but it's about brass tacks. Will the BJP be in power or not? Will they get much more than 300 or not? If they don't, then the tonality of the government changes. Frankly, it's just down to that. Because this is, as they say, all's fair in love and war, and this is war from both the government and the opposition's perspective.